today for the groundbreaking of our unified high school, the largest and most expensive construction project in Rhode Island's, and school construction project in Rhode Island's history. And this is what Pawtucket deserves, and we're really happy to be here. You'll hear some further remarks from me a little bit later in the agenda, but I wanted to explain why. So we're going to have a student opening and a student closing our ceremony today. Our first student, Raella, who will come up in a second, will be a freshman when the new high school opens, and our student Nathan, who will close out, will be a senior. And the reason why we did that, because in Pawtucket, for us, it starts and ends with students. This is what it's really about, and we're just really excited. I would like to thank everybody, the elected officials, and especially Don Grebian, who is a champion for education and just a good person. It's great to be in a city with a mayor like Don that cares about our facilities, our education, and empowers people like me and teaches me how to be the best elected I could be. So thank you, Don. All right, so first on the agenda, you ready? Okay, first on the agenda, we're gonna have Raella Pires Silva, who is a fourth grader at Agnes E. Little Elementary School. I'm gonna stay up here with her. She's gonna come to the right so that people can see you, and she's gonna read something for us. You good?
Good morning. My name is Raella Pires Silva. I am a fourth grader at Agnes Little Community School, right over there. The kids who are in fourth grade right now are going to be the first ninth grade class in the brand new Pawtucket High School. I am so grateful to experience this opportunity to be here, and I am so thankful for the voters, the mayor, and the school committee for choosing to build a new high school. Also, I'm especially thankful for the construction workers who will be building the school. To show how great this will be, I'll share the following poem by Ken Nesbitt. I'm super excited, as if I could fly. I'm so overjoyed that I nearly could cry. It's such a sensation I'm having today. I'm whooping and cheering and shouting, hooray! A weight on my shoulders was instantly lifted. It suddenly seems like a gift I've been gifted. My mood is improving, my spirits are lighter. It feels like the future is bound to be brighter. The spring in my step is apparent to all. My head is held high and I'm standing up tall. I'm chipper, I'm cheerful and chipper, I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm tickled to tell you I'm feeling just ducky. I'm thrilled, I'm elated, I'm yelling yahoo! And what's more important, I hope you are too.
Don't you think Raella deserves a standing ovation? Basically do that.
So first of all, good morning, and they put me right after you, so you've said it all. Let's give Raella another round of applause and give Nathan, who's going to be up there in the cold mountain. We forget sometimes, right, is we all work for the right reasons, we care about our community, but when you see our youth who are coming up, that's what it's about, and we sometimes forget that, so thank you, great job. First I have to recognize all the folks here. So Governor McKee, who's played a very impactful role in what we're seeing today, Secretary Amore, Treasurer Diosa, Speaker Sakachi, and Senate President Ruggiero. Thank you for your leadership as well. Commissioner Alfonte Green, we're going to try to get those numbers up to about 100% reimbursement, but we'll talk about that after. The reps on behalf of the federal delegation, there's Cassandra Flores representing Senator Jack Reed, Nicolette Vincelette, referencing being here for Senator Whitehouse, and Kate Michaud being here for Gabe Amo. I've seen Senator Brito, Senator Urso, which always hurts me to say this, but former Senator Sandra Cano, Representative Zate, Representative Messier, Representative Felix. We'll talk a little bit about it, but when I recognize these folks, it really is about partnership, because as much as some of us stand up here, it really is because the community supported that. I also like to thank Council President Mercer for his leadership on the council, as well as the other councilors here. I saw Councilor Ruggiero, Mark Wildenhain, Marlena Martins, Stakoviak, whom I missed. I saw today, Roberto was here, former council president, but Councilor Dave Moran. Did I get everybody? Oh, Jasenia, sorry, you're right in front of me. You know what it is? You're so younger looking now that I missed you, so I'm sorry. Now to get the council, I apologize. Okay. Also, School Committee Chair Reyes, I've seen for your leadership as well. While there were other members and school committee members and superintendents and counselors who participated to get us here, you're going to take it over the finish line. School committee members, Benolo, Shalel, I saw Barrera, Rosa, Kim Grant, and my favorite Wildenhain, Matt Wildenhain, as well. So I think I've gotten everybody, right? Is anybody? But I talk about this, and we have our acting superintendent, Randy Buck, and as much as we all complain sometimes as elected officials, and we beat up on the union sometime, I can tell you that we have the best union president, teachers union president, who collaborates, cares, and no matter when we disagree, at the end of the day, and each one of the folks that are here, it's always about the kids. So I thank you for your leadership as well. I'm trying to see who else I missed. I think I also want to thank all the city staff for their hard work in this event, all of the project leaders from Colliers to Shorman, and there's a lot of work, and they take a lot of phone calls from us. And a couple other folks that I just recognized, and I saw Councilor and former Mayor of Newport, but is that Mayor Zai? And am I missing any? I see some of the members of the PRA who have been very helpful as we go out and bond these things. So I think I've gotten everybody. If I miss anybody, I'm truly sorry. It's not intentional. But as we start this morning off, it is a day of celebration. We break ground on this future education facility in our city. And we talk about this, and you've heard it. It really comes with mixed emotions as we go through a transition. And we look at our history. And the former McCoy Stadium was something that meant so much to so many people here in our community. But I couldn't help thinking about this morning as what would be a better use. Even though there's a lot of us that fought very hardly to make sure that they stayed, it didn't work out that way. But what better use than a transition into an education facility, especially with the folks who did a lot of good in the years to our community with the Paw Sox. But Ben Mondor and Lou Schreckheimer in their memory, and Mike Tamboro, who's a great friend. We've had those conversations, but it's a great opportunity and transition into it. And it's been a long road. We all know this, but it's worth it. We're delivering something that truly is going to be transformational and valuable for our community, both today and tomorrow. This new school isn't an upgrade. It really is a game changer. State-of-the-art facility. We have great contractors out there, and they're going to give the students the tools and the future tools that they need and tie in the CTE programs. You think about, I've been fortunate to have been mayor for 14 years, and I look back and you start to see the transition. It hasn't been easy for all of us, but we truly have invested in our community in a lot of ways, and we've balanced out those finances. But you think about the schools, just the transitions alone, and infrastructure. We've done our roads, we've done our facilities. We think about the schools, we've had 2 schools that have been, elementary schools that have been rehabbed, many others that have invested in, and then we have 2 brand new elementary schools in Winters and Baldwin open up next year, and now we're moving into a unified high school. And truly, that doesn't happen without a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, collaboration, and fights. Let's be honest, right? So we get to the end product. So I can't tell you how fortunate I am to be mayor with this great bunch of people. So the education, we all know, is the foundation of our strong community, and we need to invest in our schools. And whatever pathway they choose, whether it's college, it's workforce, or potentially really lowering their standards and become an elected official, right? But I think you're going to be in my job, so I'm going to run your campaign when you're ready. But anyway, so seriously, at the end of the day, this new Pawtucket High School provides so many diverse pathways for our students, whether they choose a career, the technical or not. I also have to really emphasize the fact that we look forward to building and continuing building on looking for state support, federal support on all different levels and challenging, because we understand budgetarily, these are tough times. We're watching what's going on at a national level, and we're all trying to maneuver through the changes. But at the end of the day, I can tell you, for someone who's been here 14 years, this has been the best group of elected officials that I've worked with, both state and local, to move this city and our state forward. So I can't wait to see this. Hopefully we can live within that 5 years. What they're going to do, and that's why I look at all the contractors. Get it done. You're going to tell them, right? But thank you for everybody that participated and made this possible. And now I get to have the pleasure of turning it back over to my favorite chairman, Omar Reyes. Thank you.
So it's my pleasure to introduce a governor that has also prioritized school construction statewide, and that I know will help contribute more money for our Pawtucket schools. Mr. Governor Dan McKee.
Thank you, Omar. I think last time I was here, I was holding a $50 million big check, if I recall. Yeah, you don't get this done without the resources, and so I want to just start at the top here with with the mayor, and thank you for your friendship, Don, all these years. But also, I know your heart's in the city that you represent, and thank you for your leadership, along with the town council members. Your school committee is a critical piece to this whole effort, but also our General Assembly. So our General Assembly members are here today. With the Speaker and the Senate leadership here. This all is an effort that needs to be. Everyone needs to be on board, especially with the goals that I've set for education in the state of Rhode Island, right, to meet or exceed the top levels in our reading and math outcomes by 2030. This is all part of that effort to reach those goals. And to be able to reach those goals, you're going to need a total buy-in from not only leadership that's on the stage here, but the people who are in that are in front of me and beyond that, and the young people. Do your best every day. That's really what we want you to be able to do. Do your best every day, and know that we're doing our best to provide the facilities so that you can actually reach your potential. And isn't that what we're trying to do for these young people in the state of Rhode Island, to have them reach their potential? Pawtucket is under the Mayor Grebian's leadership is really doing some extraordinary things, and partnering in with my friend Mayor Diosa, the treasurer now. We certainly work together as mayors, talking about Blackstone Valley and how important Blackstone Valley is. And when you just start rattling off the things that are happening here and the infrastructure that the mayor's talked about, whether it's the soccer stadium that I hear is going to be sold out, for the first game on May 3rd. That's a project that I don't think a lot of people believe could happen, and it is happening. And then we're going to build that bridge over that water, and we're going to put those apartments and housing units there as well, so that we're going to continue to support Pawtucket in a real strong way. And the only way that we do that is you need to make sure that families have a place to live in their communities that they actually work in, and they send their kids to those schools. So there's a whole list of things. I'm not going to go over them. I know you got a lot of people talking here today, but I also want to give a shout out to Commissioner Infante-Green. Okay, so when you start talking about RIDE and the work that it's doing on a statewide basis, and I was talking to another mayor today, Mayor Beauchamp up in Woonsocket. We got a school that's going on there. The work that's being done in our schools around the state, we've never seen this before, ever. And that's an indication of the investment that's being made, the leadership that the commissioner provides, but also the team that she has that's working on these projects is important. And I would just leave with you saying this is part of the plan, part of the Rhode Island 2030 plan. Please go to ri2030.com. You'll see an outline. We're in our third draft of that report. You're going to see yourself there. You're going to see this work that is going to happen right on this site of McCoy Stadium. By the way, I did play some baseball in that stadium. I wasn't a professional, but I did play a couple state tournaments in there, and I think we won one of those, at least a few of those games. So, but billions of dollars are in the pipeline right now, and with the uncertainty that we're dealing with that's coming out of Washington, this is really important for us that the work that has been done over the last few years to put us in a position to put a unified high school here in Pawtucket, and billions of dollars of work that's putting the workforce in good paying jobs, building things that are going to pay dividends for decades to come. And that's what we're here to celebrate today, that the work that's going to be done on this site is going to pay dividends for this city and the state of Rhode Island for decades to come. Congratulations to everyone who's been involved in making this happen.
Thank you, Governor McKee. Next on the agenda is a person that I really respect, who cares about making the lives of Rhode Islanders better, which in turn makes the lives of our students better. So I would like to introduce House Speaker Joseph Sicarci.
Thank you all. What an exciting day. Exciting day for the students, exciting day for Pawtucket. I wish it was a little warmer, but I got a nice jacket, keeps it warm. Congratulations to everyone involved. This doesn't happen unless you have a team. And the team has to have a captain, and the governor has led that. He is like to be known as the education governor, and he has been, and he's been a good partner. And of course, May Grevian, who everything Pawtucket, he is the cheerleader. But it doesn't happen unless we, the General Assembly, play our part. And I will tell you that we have. And you have an incredible delegation in the city of Pawtucket, led by Mary Messier, a retired teacher. Everything for Pawtucket, she's in my face, front and center. And we have to do it. We have to do it now, Speaker. And also Leo Felix, Karen Alzate, Chairwoman Alzate, and I see my good friend Senator Brito, who also represents part of Pawtucket. But we were happy to play our part in authorizing the construction of this beautiful new school, which is going to be state-of-the-art, and it's also going to be the next bellwether. We used to think Greg Amore was in East Providence. East Providence was the best school, and it was when it was built. When this gets finished, this may surpass you, or at least give you a run for the money. Nevertheless, we in the General Assembly made historic investments, and we've done that through schools throughout the state. And then after COVID hit, there was a little delay. We wanted to make sure we gave extra money to the city of Pawtucket, and most importantly, even sometimes more than money, we gave extra time to complete this because of that. So I know our good friends, I think the chairman of the school committee said we have a great partner, was the mayor, in the unions who build this, and that is critical to be built right and on time and on budget. So we're going to look forward to that. We're going to continue. And I just really want to take one little moment to say it's a little bit bittersweet for me because I came here many years as a kid to this stadium. And I remember all of the great things that happened, the baseball magic, as I used to call it. But I do know this, that Ben Mondor, who was Mr. Pawtucket Red Sox, and his wife and his family could not have been happier because they did a lot of things, a lot of philanthropic things, and especially when it came to schools. While he was here, even after the Paw Sox, his wife continued to help Pawtucket children and Pawtucket schools. So they would be just as happy and just as excited to see this beautiful new building going here. Don't get me wrong, they probably would have loved to have baseball in the school somewhere else, but if we aren't going to have baseball, you don't have a better place to have this great school. Thank you very much, and congratulations, City of Pawtucket.
Next on the agenda is somebody that really means a lot to me as a fellow person of color in education. A person, I love to live in a state that has a commissioner that looks like a good portion of our population, and it's really important to me, and whose staff at RIDE have given us full support. She's basically giving us Deputy Commissioner Drew Eccleston, who's been amazing for us, and so we're really grateful for her. So introducing Commissioner Angelica Infante-Green.
What an exciting moment. I remember when we were talking about, is it going to be unified? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? And today we stand here looking at what is possible if we all work together. I want to start by thanking the mayor, the governor, the speaker, everyone that has really made this day possible. I will say that the governor talks about 2030. When the governor gave us that charge, and the charge is to beat Massachusetts, we didn't know how we were going to do it. But every day after that, we have closed that gap a little more and a little more. And we have continued to move forward. I just wanted everyone to know, Harvard, Stanford, Dartmouth, has recognized the work that's happening here in Rhode Island. Our investments are paying off. We need to continue to support our schools. Thank you for the charge, Governor, because we are winners here. And what we're gonna do is continue to move forward. This high school is another step in that direction. Our kids deserve to be in 21st century buildings, to be taught beyond where we are right now. The world is changing very quickly. That means that the buildings will bring exciting new ways of teaching, bring and expand our education system. This high school, when completed, will not only be one of our premier high schools, but will have high-wage CTE programs. It is about opportunities, giving our kids what they so rightly deserve. And what I know about Pawtuckets are fighters, and they are always going to come up on top. So this high school is going to give you what you rightly deserve, the opportunity, the education system that we all could continue to be proud of. Quiero darle las gracias. Nuestros niños merecen esto. Esto que hoy se le está dando es un paso hacia el futuro de nuestra comunidad. Le quiero dar las gracias a todo el mundo que ha colaborado, que va a continuar en apoyándolo, porque este es el principio. El apoyo se tiene que continuar. Y nosotros, yo les prometo que yo voy a trabajar con ustedes, continuar a trabajar con ustedes para que esto sea una realidad para nuestros niños. This is just one step. You've heard a lot about money here. It needs to continue to flow. Our education system has to be our number one priority in the state. And we're going to continue to move forward. I would be remiss if I didn't thank my amazing team at RIDE, our SBA community that works with every single community in the state to make these schools a reality. So let's take a moment to thank them, please. And just onward. Teachers, parents, students, we're here. We're going to move forward, and watch out, Massachusetts, because we're coming.
Next on the agenda is our city council president, who is an amazing leader, who is constant on the phone with us talking about education, really invested in our schools. We'll be having some conversations about budget pretty soon, but I'm really excited about the opportunity to do some work with him this year. So I'll introduce Mr. Council President Terrence Smith.
Thank you. I think we probably could have stopped right after the commissioner when she said, rightly deserve. That's why we're here. Pawtucket students rightly deserve that building, right? So I can't tell you how happy I was when I realized we were going to be here on this side of the stadium, untouched, instead of on the other side, where we'd see the mounting piles of rubble, right? And it would have brought a flood of memories, especially for me. I grew up a block away from here, right? Flood of memories, but it would have given us the distraction of the past. We're not here today to be distracted by the past. We're here to be enthusiastic about our future. And let me tell you, the future's been a long time coming. Councilman Araujo sent me a text the other day with a link to a 2013 Valley Breeze story, excuse me, which said it was a few months after I took office. Mike was still on the school committee, and the story said that over the next 10 to 15, maybe 20 years, Pawtucket was going to have to reinvest $500 million in school refurbishment and other things. It was $500 million 12 years ago, right? That story included what I would call a cherry on the top, a unified high school that they envisioned being across the street where Jenks currently stands. That's because this was a functioning Paw Sox home, right? In the time since, the mayor, the city council, and most importantly, the taxpayers of Pawtucket have gone all in. We have, as the mayor said earlier, we have refurbished Potter Burns on the east side of the city. We had refurbished Nathaniel Green on the west side of the city. Both look brand new. We have done a tear down and rebuild of Winters on Broadway on this side of the river. We are months away from a full tear down rebuild of Baldwin opening on the other side of the city. So we are all in for education. I'll point out Rylea, she may be in Mr. Beaupre's class this year, but she was in Mrs. Mercer's class last year.
That explains a lot.
So, and now we're here today to undertake the most ambitious project, as the chair said, in the state. But it's also probably the biggest project we've undertaken here since McCoy's Folly was built. That's what it was called when Mayor McCoy was trying to get this built. It was called a folly. This is anything but a folly. This is a promise to generations of students and their parents, and when those students become parents, that Pawtucket invests in itself and its residents, with quite a bit of help from the state and RIDE, of course, right? But we're going to turn out with the CTE concentration. We're going to turn out better educated, better trained graduates who are better prepared for a successful adulthood, and that's really what it is all about. I'll just say this about McCoy. It is bittersweet. You know, as I said, I grew up a block away. I played all of my Tolman home games here. I know still could sneak on the roof right now if I had to. But there's a lot of iconic baseball venues that have come and gone. Evans Field, the Polo Grounds, Shibe Park. They were torn down even before I became a baseball fan. But I couldn't tell you what sits on those sites now. From this moment forward, nobody will have to wonder what happened to McCoy Stadium. They will know that we repurposed it for the betterment of generations of students and families here in Pawtucket. So I'll say just one last thing. When you leave today and you go to the other side where the mounds of rubble are, let yourself have a moment to go down memory lane. But after that, and you turn, you go up to Vision Street, everybody you meet from this point forward, tell them today is a big day for Pawtucket, and it's a big day for decades to come for this is a Pawtucket. So thank you.
Next person on the agenda is a person that I've quickly considered and known as a fantastic leader, a person that lives in the community of Pawtucket, who really cares about our kids and really represents our children. And I consider him a friend and a brother. I would like to introduce Mr. Acting Superintendent Randy Buck.
Before I begin my remarks, I just want you to take an opportunity to look around the room, right? Just sort of scan the room and see the energy and feel the energy and see the faces of everyone here. This is such a big deal. And I said to quite a few people when I came in this morning, the energy is so contagious. And I want to thank you all, and I want to take a moment to allow you all to give yourselves a round of applause, because the fact that you're here celebrating in this moment in Pawtucket history is a big deal. So if you could just give yourselves a round of applause, please. I'd also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to quite a few people on the stage. Governor Dan McKee, Commissioner Angelica Infante Green, House Speaker Joe Shikarshi, Mayor Don Grebian, our Pawtucket City Council, School Committee Chair Omar Reyes, and the entire committee. Pawtucket Teacher Alliance, President Ron Beaupre, our partners at RIDE, and the many educators, community leaders, families, and students who made this day here possible. Your commitment, right? Your commitment, your collaboration, the foundation on which this land stands is such a big deal, and we thank you for believing in us. Breaking ground on this new Pawtucket High School marks an exciting and transformative moment, right, for our school district. This project represents a bold investment for our students, our families, and the future education here in Pawtucket. For many, McCoy Stadium holds a special place in this community's history, filled with moments of memories that will always be cherished. But soon, we're going to turn the page to a new chapter, one that ensures every student has access to a modern, innovative learning environment that prepares them for success in college, careers, and beyond. In the years ahead, this land that you're all standing on and sitting on, it will become a school. But starting today, it's a symbol. It's a symbol of hope, of progress, of belief in what's possible when we invest in our children and in our community. This new high school you see here will not just be made of brick and steel. It will be built on the strength of our young people, the dedication of our educators, and the pride of a city that never stops pushing forward. One thing I've learned since I've been here in Rhode Island is that Rhode Island may be the smallest state, but we hold the biggest opportunity to lead, the biggest opportunity to innovate, and to lift every child. So to our students, this is for you. You're the reason we lead. And with you at the center, there's nothing we can't achieve. So let's build something truly extraordinary together, one that will transform the lives of our students and strengthen the heart of Pawtucket for years to come. Thank you very much.
It's always hard to go after Randy. He's more handsome than me, and I get a little embarrassed. And I gotta stop saying that. I don't want to get in trouble. So next person on the agenda is, hopefully there's not any more union leaders, but my favorite union leader that I've met. He's a teacher. He really cares about our students, and is just a good advocate. I think Pawtucket doesn't realize how lucky we are to have Ron Beaupre as our Pawtucket Teachers Alliance president. He could be doing so many other things. He wants to teach. He wants to be a union president. And I'm so grateful to also be able to call him a friend. Introducing Pawtucket Teachers Alliance president, Mr. Ron Beaupre.
Good morning. Good morning. How fantastic was Raella? Nathan is going to be just as fantastic, I promise. Oh man. What an exciting and proud day for the city of Pawtucket, and especially for the school department. My name is Ron Beaupre. I am the president of the Pawtucket Teachers Alliance. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Agnes Little Community School, right over there. And I'm a very proud graduate of Pawtucket Public Schools, Governor McCabe, Goff, and Tolman. With me today, I have Vice Presidents Christina DePreet and Jody Olivo, and Treasurer Dean Lancelotti. And unfortunately, our Secretary, Joanne Nander, was unable to join us because, Commissioner, she's administering RIDECAST today.
Knock it out of the park.
That's it. It's such an honor to stand here with you, all of you, students, educators, families, city leaders, and skilled tradespeople, as we break ground on a project that is so much more than bricks and mortar. Today, we lay the foundation for the future of education, for opportunity, for equity. The new Pawtucket High School will be a place where dreams take shape, and where every student, regardless of their neighborhood, will have the tools they need to succeed in the world ahead. Let's recognize at this moment that this moment is possible because of something most important to everyone: the power of partnership. Together, with integrity, with purpose, and with heart. It's about community. It's about pride. It's about legacy. I would like to take a moment to thank the city leaders, Mayor Grevian, current and former school committee members and city councilors, school superintendents Silky, DeCenzo, McWilliams, Royal, and Buck, all who had the vision to make this happen. The school administrators. Today in the audience, I see Principal Bergeron from Shea High School, Principal Voro from Tolman High School, and Principal Legacy from JMW High School. Education support professionals who inspire students every single day, and especially the skilled trades workers who will bring this vision to life with the highest standards of craftsmanship, safety, and care. Finally, and most importantly, to the students and families in the city of Pawtucket. All of this is for you, now and future generations. May the new Pawtucket High School be a place where you are challenged, supported, and celebrated for who you are. You deserve nothing less. I'll close with the following from Don Zantamanta. It starts with a dream. Add faith and it becomes a belief. Add action and it becomes a part of life. Add perseverance, and it becomes a goal in sight. Add patience and time, and it ends with a dream come true. The best episodes of our dream are still to come. And they'll begin right here, in unity and pride for all of Pawtucket. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is a person I know really well. It's a really good guy. School committee chairman, Omar Riggs. Sorry. You don't have to laugh at my jokes. You can laugh at me. So. This is a really exciting time in Pawtucket. I would like to thank our city council, our mayor, our state delegation, Treasurer Diosa, Mr. Brito, and a huge thank you to Sandra Cano, who, when we went to Notes Coffee on Armistice Boulevard one day, she was like, "Yo, you should run for school committee. It's not a lot of work. It'll be fine." Okay, sure. That's the only lie she's ever told me. No, but it's a really exciting time. I would also like to thank Colliers and Shawmut, and my parents and everybody and our school committee members that have encouraged me. We have a great school committee this year. We're having great conversations, we're arguing, and also coming together to do what's right for our kids. I would like to thank our teachers, our social workers, our principals, administrators. Sometimes you have to tear something down to bring something new, and that's what we're doing today. There's a lot of hope in this room. Communities, I believe that your community is only as good as your realized potential, meaning as how many opportunities, how many of our kids get the opportunity to realize their potential and be the best people that they can be. Buildings are having new buildings, having windows, windows increase outcomes. We know that facilities increase outcomes, CTE opportunities. This school will not only be an educational opportunity for our students, but it most likely for our parents and our residents who might have access to some of our CTE opportunities at night. So it's a workforce development opportunity. It is so great. So people laugh at me all the time. So my email that I use for school committee is really corny. It's omarlovespawtucket@gmail.com. And over the last few years, this is a community that loves, that fights, that really works hard. And this is what we deserve. And all of our buildings should look like this, and they do now, because we've invested over $500 million in school construction over the last 10 years. So this is just a really hopeful day. I would also like to extend school committee members in the past, our former school committee member, chair, Jim Charbonneau, who got this off the ground, and our former school committee chairman and deputy chairman, Aaron Doobie. This is probably the most exciting day I've been a part of, and I'm really grateful to be here. So thank you all for your support. All right, next on the agenda is our deputy chair, Joanne Benola.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. So I was thinking about what I was going to say, and being a pretty much lifelong resident of Pawtucket, I have a lot to say about Pawtucket. But about 53 years ago, I stepped on a bus and I took a ride to Lincoln, and I went to a vocational school there called Davies Votech, because I didn't want to go to Toledo. It wasn't the traditional high schools that I wanted in my life. So I graduated from Davies, as did the mayor, and thousands of other students, at the cost of billions of dollars to the city of Pawtucket. Today, with choice, we pay tuitions at Davies, we pay tuitions to East Providence, we pay tuitions to the Met, and any other vocational school within the state of Rhode Island that we do not carry a CTE that a child chooses to go to. And that is right and that is fair. But in 5 years, we will be able to give the children of Pawtucket what they deserve. A beautiful CTE school that offers traditional education and also offers CTE. Now, I did hear something on the news the other night, and I have all my educators out there, and, oh, she's gone. There was a young lady who graduated from high school with her associate's degree. And it was like, it was in the Midwest, so it's like, it can be done. So why can't we do it? So it's something we can look forward to. But that's just a bug in someone's ear, if you're listening out there. But past that, I came on the school committee about 19 years ago. I was talking to Joe DeSilva earlier, and Debbie Silke, who Mr. Mercer mentioned, was the first superintendent that we had in this district who actually went out and did a feasibility study about what it would take to fix our schools. It was an amount that was astronomical, and it was something that we couldn't do aside from putting little Band-Aids on. And at the time, we had a couple of great chair people in our district in the next several years, one being John Baxter, the other being Alan Tenrero, and their dreams at the time was having a super high school. The only problem with our super high school was we wouldn't have been able to have CTE programs in it because they were only being allowed at Davies at the time. Today, they can be offered here. What we are building today, thanks to the residents of Pawtucket, and thanks to the foresight of Mayor McCoy, who put the land together for McCoy Stadium, and we have been able to repurpose now into a unified high school. And that train of thought just left. But thanks to him, we are able to offer this to our children now. But there's one other thing that I want to say that we get from having a unified high school, is we have one city. We don't have an east and we don't have a west. We don't have a Tolman and we don't have a Shea. We have one high school. We have one group of children in our high school. We have one team. We're fortunate now, due to reduced enrollments, which is not a good thing, but in some ways it's a good thing, because we have been able to unify a lot of our sports teams. Our children are working together in sports together. So when they come together, everybody has always said, well, when you put Shea and Tolman together in one school, you're gonna have cat fights. And it's like, not necessarily. They're already working together. They've already come together as a part of it. You know, and yes, we expect there'll be difficulties when we put 2,000 kids in one building. Yes, we'll work through it. But it'll settle in, you know, but on the bright side, I am extremely happy that this is happening for our children, because I have a 9-year-old granddaughter at Curtis Elementary, and I am happy that when she gets to high school, she has an option of going through a traditional high school or going through a CTE program, and she can do it all in the same building with all of her friends and the rest of this city. Thank you all for coming out today. Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is a person I consider a really great friend, a really great mentor. He's gonna cry up here in a second, I know it. He's an emotional guy, sensitive. His name, School Committee Finance Chair, Mr. James Shalom.
idea why I asked to do this. Before I start, I do want to thank my chairman, Omar Reyes, for giving me this incredible opportunity on this incredible day. I actually begged him, I asked him, can you please let me speak? Because this McCoy Stadium means a lot to me. But before I start, I want to make sure all of you are aware that all the all-star speakers have spoken. To make it more of a baseball analogy, you know that when your team is winning 10-0, you bring in the right fielder to pitch? That's what I'm basically doing here. I'm cleaning up. There is some good news though. My good friend Nathan, who I can tell is a little nervous, we have an all-star closer coming in after me. So, also one other funny note, our chairman is very new to politics. He told me, Jim, make sure you talk for 2 to 5 minutes. To let a politician talk for only 5 minutes is as rare as a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It could happen, it's not going to. All right, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming today. As many other people have said, today is a bittersweet day for me personally, and probably for thousands of other people, not only in Pawtucket, but the whole state and region that love the Pawtucket Red Sox and McCoy Stadium. Yes, I hear Patrick Little every morning talking about how upsetting this day is to him. And Patrick, I feel your pain. With all due respect to everyone on this stage, I heard the governor say that he's played here. I heard council president, he knows how to sneak up onto the roof up there. The loss of the Pawtucket Red Sox hit me hard. See, I live 0.6 miles away from the stadium, right up there on Armistice Boulevard. When I was young, my grandmother with my mom and dad would take me, my brother and sisters, to my sister, to the second floor porch of my family's home to watch the fireworks on the 3rd and 4th of July every year. There's even a story in my family that my grandmother took me and a couple of my cousins down from our home to come and see the second half of the longest baseball game ever played. But I made us stop because I needed to roll down the hills of what's now called O'Brien Field, and I kept going and going and going. They couldn't drag me out. By the time they dragged me out of O'Brien Field and we got to McCoy Stadium, the longest professional baseball game was over. Marty Barrett already crossed home plate, so I missed it. When I got older, I loved hearing the PA announcer, the crowd on a clear spring or summer night when I had my windows open or just hanging out in the outside. I could tell you when the Paw Sox had a big inning, and as the years went on, I could have a good idea of the size of the crowd by the noise that came from McCoy. I can't tell you how many times my grandmother or mother would just walk us down here to catch a game here at McCoy Stadium. As I said, this is bittersweet because of all the memories that McCoy gave to not just me, but thousands of other people. I got my first, you might have won a state championship, Governor, but I got my first high school base hit inside this place. It was a single up the middle versus the Cumberland Clippers on a dreary, cold, rainy day. I played over at Shea High School. For you to hear it, our funny chairman just said I only had 2 base hits in high school. I actually got 4 in my career. I have all these incredible stories and memories, along with thousands of other people who came to McCoy over the years and decades. And although the loss of this team that played inside the stadium is the bitter part, the sweet part of today is that we are celebrating a renewal of this land with this once-in-a-generational opportunity to build a unified high school that will benefit generations to come. I miss the games that were played here, the memories that were made here, everything that the Pawtucket Red Sox and McCoy Stadium brought here to our great city. But I am looking forward with optimism and excitement for what the future has in store right here on this land. I want to end with a special recognition. Ms. Bonolo touched upon him just a second ago, but as the kids say, or a recognition, or as the kids say, a shout out to a person who, well, we started out as somewhat political adversaries, mainly because I didn't listen to him when I should have. But we have since become something even better over the years. We have become friends. I want to recognize, he's right over here, and thank Mr. John Baxter. You guys are clapping for him. I haven't told you what he accomplished. See, at the end of the school committee meetings here in Pawtucket, school committee members get what's called a school committee member update, where we can talk about something that is important or interesting to us. Well, back in 2006 or 2007, at a routine, run-of-the-mill meeting, John took his school committee update time to say something that was talked about in private here in Pawtucket at a Dunkin' Donuts or Pawtucket House of Pizza, but never really said publicly. He said we need to explore the possibility of a one high school city. He said it publicly. It didn't take off that night, but it clearly set the seed to what is happening behind us. With that said, thank you, John, for getting the ball rolling. Thank you. I want to thank the governor, the commissioner, even though we talked so long she left, the Speaker of the House, again, we talked too long.
You started.
And actually, the chairman took a chance to pinch the governor for some more money. I was actually going to try to pinch the speaker for some more money. We were going to hit him with the two-punch. But I want to thank the Speaker of the House, the Senate President, the General Treasurer, for all the, yes, he's going to. If I had to listen to his voice, I would leave very early also. Not only for their support for the students of this city, but for the community as a whole here in Pawtucket. Thank you for your support, Governor, Speaker, President, and Treasurer. And the Secretary of State. He left also. Yeah.
I'm still here.
Thank you, Governor. A supporter of the Blackstone Valley, true and true. I also want to give a special thank you to you, Mr. Mayor Don Grebian. Mr. Grebian, Mayor Grebian, your leadership is what helped us get here today. And finally, I promise, for especially all you who have been standing, finally, I want to thank each and every single school committee member who has had a hand in this project over the last few years, up to 10 years. Every person that has served on the school committee. Without you, this would never have taken shape. Without you, we would not be here today. Thank you for all your tireless work and commitment to the students of our city and our community. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, and I'm so excited to introduce a 7th grader at Joseph Jenks Middle School who will be a part of the first graduating class at the new Pawtucket High School behind you. I would like to introduce Mr. Nathan Oliver.
Good morning. My name is Nathan Oliveira, and I'm a 7th grade student at Jenks Middle School. It is the current 7th graders who will be first graduating class at the new Pawtucket High School. I'd like to share a poem about what this means for our city. Together by Robert Longley. Together we are stronger. Together we are true. Together we are more than the sum of me and you. The things that dreams are made of, the moments that we share, bring us all together in ways that we show care. Whether bathed in victory or defeat's unwelcome tears, each will make us stronger as we overcome our fears. So share with me this moment, join me in a dream, for together we are stronger, because there is no I in team.
In Pawtucket, it starts and ends with students. Therefore, this should be a reminder of why we do what we do. Again, we're really excited. Any elected official in the room, meet us, put on a hard hat and a shovel. I'm excited, so I'm
Oh my god. So squat anyway.
Do you think we can set the line back a little farther?
Can we back up a little bit? Because we have a lot of cameras, so we just want to make sure everybody's in.
Wait, us to back up?
There it goes.
Do you mind just stepping us?
Oh, okay, I can go with taller.
They gotta move.
Yeah, all school committees coming.
Come on down.
We're gonna try to get everybody at once.
Ernie, this is blocking the glare, so it should be okay.
Hey, go get the hug her. You know what I say? I beg you the question.
You wanna be in it?
I gotta go next to Joelle.
What's that?
I want to dig next to Joelle.
Can we get the kids out?
Congratulations. Yes. That's what we need. Let's see if I can get you. Go right there.
Come on, Rep, let's go.
Do you need them to get in closer, or you got everybody? Just a little bit closer. All right, everybody needs to get in a little bit closer. Squeeze tight.
Can you just move to your right? I don't know your name. Can you just move?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I'm trying to change it.
I've never done this thing.
All right, we're good. Everybody good? All right. Now, take a couple, and then we're gonna do the fake shovel.
This is real.
This is seriously, we're not starting today?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's great.
Oh, I can't.
Well, if you keep working hard, you're not shoveling some more. We've done it 5 years.